All right, let's get started. Good evening, good morning for everybody who's here today. I'm Rabbi Karen Levine with the Woodstock Jewish Congregation. And my goodness, the road we had to travel to get to this day and this time, it's been quite a journey and a lot of detours and roadblocks. So the fact that we're here today, right now, I'm just so grateful. And mostly just what I want to say is welcome to Roberta, welcome to Rachel. I've had the great honor of spending time in each of your homes and having Shabbat with you. And so it's really so much love and affection here and so much admiration for the work you do and the time I've spent on the campus at Oranim and in Tivon. And so just really a thrill to see you and to have you here as our guests. So I'm really just going to hand it over to you and leave it to you, to your program. And Rabbi Jonathan, you're going to do a more formal introduction. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Glad to be connecting to folks in Israel. My name's Jonathan Kligler. I'm the former rabbi. I retired a few years ago, and Karen replaced me at the Woodstock Jewish Congregation. Roberta is my sister-in-law. My brother Danny and Roberta have been married a very long time. Roberta's known me since I was 12. So I've gotten to know Rachel, and the Woodstock Jewish Congregation has been collaborating with Galilee Dreamers. I'm on the advisory board now. 5 years ago, more, right before the pandemic, it was in the winter of 2020, Roberta and Rachel brought a delegation of teenagers from the Galilee to the Woodstock Jewish Congregation. They stayed with our teens. We had an amazing few days together. Our teens, Elisa's here, her daughter was part of that group. We were all immediately planning to come to Israel in June to continue building those relationships. And then the pandemic hit. So that kind of derailed us from that. But it's just so wonderful that Galilee Dreamers is still on its feet during these very, very, very difficult times. And I know that, we had to postpone our planned June date because of the Iran war, and then we had to postpone another date. So you can see that we don't have that many people here. That's one of the reasons why we want to record it so I can publicize this and more people can see it. I want people to know about Galilee Dreamers. The other thing I want you to know about is that our synagogue, what we're focusing on during these very, very hard times is supporting Jews and Arabs, Israelis and Palestinians who are interested in shared society. And so we're putting our energy into supporting organizations like Galilee Dreamers in Israel. I feel like, what can we do? Well, we can support people whose values we really respect and whose courage we want to honor for continuing to keep yourselves open to the other human beings that you live with. So I want to introduce Rachel and Roberta. Roberta, you go first. And would you tell us a little bit about, Roberta's the director Emerita, and also from Oranim International, and lives in the Galilee, lives in Moshav Tzipori. And perhaps Roberta can begin by talking a little bit about the origins and history of Galilee Dreamers. Roberta?
Sure. Okay. It's really great to be here with friends, old friends, new friends, and even a real relative. And if Rabbi Jonathan's brother walks in the room at any point, it may be a bit difficult because he looks so much like Jonathan that it will be a very strange experience to see Rabbi Jonathan there and on the screen, and then Rabbi Jonathan or the lookalike walking around in real time. But Yeah. So Rabbi Jonathan's brother, Danny, and I moved to Israel what seems like ages ago. It really was ages ago. I was pregnant with our first child, and we were fulfilling a dream to come to Israel. When I came to Israel for the first time and the second time and the third time, I felt like I was falling in love with a place, and I felt like it was a place I wanted to make my home. And I'll tell you some of the things that I loved about this place. Parenthetically, I'll say I grew up in uh, a place that's quite different from the Moshav, the farming community that I now live on. I grew up in Scarsdale, New York, and it was a very comfortable, easy, sort of predictable existence. And then I came to Israel, and things were crazy, different, exciting, wonderful, frustrating, annoying, challenging, and I really liked it. I felt that one person could have a big impact. And I also felt that some of the Jewishness and the Jewish ideas and the Jewish holidays and the Jewish language that weren't really part of my life back in Scarsdale were very present here in Israel. So, to make a long story short, I came with a group of friends. Danny and I came with a group of friends and started a cooperative communal community in the Galilee. And we felt that we were returning in some ways to our Jewish history and our Jewish past. And in some ways, we were creating something revolutionary and new, and only we could do it. And that was really amazing. And I have to say also, we loved the tomatoes. There was something about being able to eat fresh vegetables and fresh fruit right out of the garden. It was just a different kind of experience than the packaged life that I felt that I was having. Things weren't only wonderful, and there were some very strange things about living in the Galilee in our community. One of those strange things was that our nearest neighbors, we had no understanding or knowledge or connection with them. They were Arabs, and the society was, and I guess I can say to some extent still is, very divided, partly because of language. We speak Hebrew, the Jews, the Arabs speak Arabic. We go to schools where our values are taught, and Arabs go to schools where their values are taught. Um, very separate. And somehow that didn't seem to be a good idea. I mean, I didn't move to this place to have neighbors who I didn't know at all. So fast forward when some partners from the States came with the idea to set up a program that would bring Arabs and Jews closer together to, first of all, get to know each other, and second of all, do things together, and third of all, maybe build a society that was better. I jumped at that opportunity. Lucky for me, I was the director of Oranim International at Oranim College, so I could sort of do what I wanted. This was a kind of program that didn't exist, but we started it. And that was a pretty long time ago, over a decade. And I want to say it started small. We had one Jewish school and one Arab school because our idea was if we worked in the school system, we would have contact with the teachers and the students themselves and the parents and the principal. So the school was our base. Oranim College trains teachers, so it was a logical place for the graduates of Oranim College then to go and work. And the program started with the Arab high school kids and the Jewish high school kids getting together. Big deal. They got to know each other, they got to understand each other. Some of the barricades came down, and we every year had a delegation to a community that hosted us. They weren't all as welcoming and as wonderful as Woodstock, but they were all amazing. And everybody who participated in the Galilee Dreamers delegations came back full of stories and inspiration and ideas and questions, and most of all, a connection with the fellow travelers, Jewish or Arab. So that's sort of how it started. Where we are today, thanks to Rachel Ravid, basically, is that it has grown by leaps and bounds. There are many, 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 many more schools and students and graduates of Oranim College involved, and she dreams big. And she'll tell you more about it. But what's surprising is that even in these darkest, most horrible times in the society that I chose to live in, there's a deep yearning for things like, and people like, and ideas like Galilee Dreamers. So you're going to get to meet some of them. They're the future.
Thank you, Roberta. Now I want to ask Rachel, who's the director of Galilee Dreamers, to continue.
Thank you, Jonathan. So whenever Roberta speaks about her doing Aliyah to Israel, or whenever she speaks about the Galilee Dreamers, I feel a sense of hope. And she gives me a lot of power, a lot of strength, because the daily life now in Israel are very challenging. But the Galilee Dreamers is my source of hope. It's my source of hope because I get to meet people from other cultures, because I have the chance to have more and more connections with people that are different than me. And because we speak about our shared pain openly and about the love that we have, although, you know, the surrounding is very challenging. So the other thing that gives me a lot of hope is me being an educator. I think education is the way we can build a community that is based on the principles of shared society, that is human rights, dignity to all, the right to express one's opinion, and the obligation to listen very attentively to views that sometimes we don't agree with. So that makes me very proud to host here, to have here teachers, students, master student of mine, whom I'm very proud of, and our high school students that are, whenever I look, I'm next to them, I feel inspired by their actions, and they will tell you their stories. So currently the Galilee Dreamers is, it's a civic organization that is managed by Oranim International. The Galilee Dreamers has an executive board and an advisory board. Every decision that is taken for the Galilee Dreamers and by the Galilee Dreamers is being monitored by these two bodies. But also what is unique of now is that we have a participatory leadership, and Eyad is part of it. We currently, so we've got, and also Fatma, who is very dear student of mine and got a really a very important scholarship, a scholarship last year on behalf of Mary Totri. Dr. Mary Totri who had and was a leader of shared society. So we have currently we have more, but 5 pairs of Jewish and Arab schools that work together. They meet once a month. And also we have other gatherings of all the Galilee Dreamers at least twice or three times a year. So we've got 5 working partners, Jewish and Arab schools who meet regularly. And additionally, we've managed to get a grant for a summer camp, which we've been doing for the past 2 years. And the girls that are here will tell you about their participation in the summer camp that ended about 3 weeks ago. We have friends, the Galilee Dreamers has, as an organization, friends all over the world. So we have friends in South Africa that are interested in supporting us. We have friends in the United States, in Canada, and in Germany. So in Germany in specific and in South Africa, they look at the Galilee Dreamers as a social, innovative project that highlights their what they went through in their identity construction as a collective, an individual identity construction in post Nazi war, and in post-apartheid. So we had a group of teachers going to South Africa and returning at the really in August. And we are initiating now collaboration with teachers from different schools in South Africa to study together text and ways to reconcile and build a shared society. So we have in South Africa Muslim, Jewish, Christian schools, which we thought would object any connection with us, but happily they really want to join forces in order to learn how to cope with political national challenges that are, we're all experiencing now. So I think that the Galilee Dreamers now is mostly about sharing emotions and bringing hope into the lives of these young people. We've experienced the war up north. We're seeing the traumatic effect on that. And it's mostly about the kids getting together, laughing, just having fun now. And hopefully we'll be exploring difficult knowledge once they feel more secure. So this is, in short, what is going on now. And I think that we also, I want to mention Diana, who is a very dear friend and a colleague. She's a teacher a Druze teacher. She'll tell you about herself. Just to add to the complexities that we have now is also the issue of the Druze in Syria, which is the Druze teens will tell you about it. So, and adding to that is also the economic pressure that we are experiencing now, with a lot of tax being put on us, and a lot of families are experiencing financial difficulties. So it's not just the political, the national, the emotional, it's also the financial. And all of our kids come from the up north. So it's areas of agriculture that are being dried by the bad winter season we had. So everything is complicated, but yet we managed to bring hope to the lives of the kids and hopefully to their families.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. before you introduce your other participants here, I just thought it might be helpful for our group to understand that the Galilee region, specifically in Israel, is an incredibly mixed population. Um, and and Oranim College, where Rachel works, where Roberta worked, just say a little bit about Oranim College, Rachel, and how it serves the region, so that they'll
Yeah.
understand that this is coming out of an institutional framework.
Yes, so I will tell you that Oranim is a teacher training college which trains teachers and gives a bachelor's degree in different types of subject matters. Oranim also has a master level degree which focuses on, again, teacher training, quality teacher training, and about leadership building. The focus of Oranim is on a lot of the philosophy is, of course, the humanistic foundation. We teach most of our teaching methods and our teaching content is based on Jewish, very well-known Jewish humanistic famous people. I teach, most of my teaching is based on Janusz Korczak's legacy. We also have a very good department of biology and science, computing, arts. The Department of Arts is amazing. Oranim has about, I think, two galleries, two main galleries in which we have different exhibitions, and we try to include in most of our courses arts and music. And now we're more into artificial intelligence and innovative teaching strategies.
And what is the percentage of the student body who are Muslim, Druze, Jewish?
Just to let you, when we speak about the society in the Galilee, the social and cultural background of the Galilee, you speak of Arabs and Jews. Within the Arab sector, you would have Druze, Muslims, and Christians, and others, okay? Within the Jewish sector, you'll find secular and non-secular. It's being an Arab doesn't mean that you are a Muslim. You can be a Christian Arab, you can be a Druze Arab, or you can be a Muslim. You can also be a Bedouin, which is a way of life. It's not a religion. So in Oranim, we have about, I think, 30 on the level of the bachelor's degree. We have undergraduates, we have about 30%, between 30 and 40% of Arab students, and the rest are Jewish. And in the master's level, the graduate level, you'll get sometimes between 40% to 50%. We're very almost balanced. So most of our lectures on the master's level have to be, it's not, we ask them to be very sensitive, culturally sensitive. And I can tell you that we're very sensitive to the holidays of the Christians and the Muslim in terms of me being a lecturer. If my students have a holiday, it's okay for them not to be in the class during the holidays. So we're trying to be very sensitive. The other thing that we are trying to do is we promote liberal democracy education, okay? Our teaching methods are very attached to that. You can see that most of the classes, most of the courses are based on the dialogue on dialogue skills and of students' involvement, high engagement in the classroom. So it's very unique in terms of, Oranim is very unique in terms of our educational, and pedagogical philosophy.
Thank you. I wanted people to understand that, just to know that there's institutions like that in the Galilee, and why Galilee Dreamers would have emerged out of that context. Thank you.
I just want to add another thing, that besides the importance of the philosophy, once you get to Oranim, it's as if you feel that you're part of nature. Oranim is green. As a college, it takes care of its green areas, and it is beautiful. And I think that it was being in Oranim during the war, because we spent some time during the war at Oranim. What made us feel safe, secure, and stable in times of uncertainty, of horrible uncertainty, is seeing nature develop, is seeing nature growing, not being stopped by the horrific events that we were experiencing as human beings. So
Thank you.
this is the uniqueness of Oranim.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So Rachel, please introduce the other Galilee Dreamer folks here. Eyad is going to go next.
Yeah, Eyad, yes. And I think Eyad has a common interest as well as Karen in terms of archaeology. So
Hello there.
hi,
It's
Eyad.
an honor for me to be with you guys. Um, I'm again very impressed about Roberta telling the story of the Galilee, because I'm just joined them the last summer, and it's an honor to be with this group of people, people that has very education and dignity for the society. It's it's kind of sharing of love and respect for the society. And I want to say a few things about myself. I'm a field teacher, and I'm also ODT guide, that ODT outdoor training. That I work with the youth, with the about being together, working together, team working, breaking the ice between the people. And also, as I said, I'm a field teacher and also archaeologist. I used to work with the Antique Authority of Israel. And that gave me a very good experience working with youth guys and working together. And I found myself in the Galilee Dream as a dreamer, and I have a lot to do, a lot of works to do. I already have groups, they're ready to begin for a new projects. But that's it. Any questions?
Oh, I think we'll have time for questions after we meet everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Rachel to go ahead and introduce people
Okay.
and
So
your.
I think, and Eyad, did you say that you're a Christian? It's very
Yeah, I already forget that because it's the last thing I'm thinking about. Yes,
yeah.
I'm from Nazareth, the Jaffa of Nazareth, and also a Christian. Um, um, and I work with all of religious youth. Like I work with Druze, I work with Muslims. At day at school, it's a Muslim school. With my society, like my village, there's a lot of Christians, so I work with them also. And all that with the Jew, of course, at the archaeology and at the as being at the field. So all the time I used to work with all the people. It doesn't matter the religion, doesn't matter which community they came from. I do my job.
Thank you, Yad. I want Diana. I invite Diana to share some thoughts
Hi,
about.
everybody. Hello. I'm Diana. I'm an English teacher, and I have been teaching English in the comprehensive high school in Yarka, and it's a Druze village. It's a small Druze village in the Galilee. And I have been our school has been a proud participant in the Galilee Dreamers program. And you can say that I've seen firsthand how this program transforms both our students and the teachers in the program. And I want to say that thank you, first of all, for the opportunity. We are really grateful because for our students, this program is a life-changing experience. And they learn beyond the language and beyond the cultural differences. They get to see the other for who they really are. They get to learn about their culture, and to learn about them and to respect where they come from. And most importantly, they have this journey, this respectful journey of sharing their dreams, their struggles, and their hopes with their Jewish peers and brothers, of course. I want to say that I get to witness many situations that I was really proud of. When I saw my students being this very skeptical at first and really shy and have this I don't want to say like they're not closed or like really shy students, opening up to their Jewish peers and teaching them about our culture, because Druze is a minority within a minority in Israel. We face a lot of struggles, and I'm proud that our students get to present their point of view, and they get to share what their truth, and not just being known through social media or like the news and different sources, because I think it's really important for them to have this place to being able to present themselves. And I think that as an educator, this program has given me also the opportunity to teach coexistence as a lived practice. I get to practice living in a place where I honestly we don't like, just like teacher Eyad said. We already, when we enter the room filled with people that come from different backgrounds and different cultures and different religions, we forget the differences, but we also love the differences of others. So thank you for this opportunity, and I'm really glad and proud to be a part of this program and among these respectful people. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so
Diana.
much.
Yes. Liana, I want to ask Lir to talk a little bit about herself, but Lir has gone through and knows the formation. Lir.
Hi, how's it going? I open camera. I hope I won't scare you all.
Yeah, no.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
I'm not allowed to smile. It's so how are you all doing?
Glad to meet you.
Thank
Missing you, Lir.
I'll see you. See you soon. So, yes, Rachel, to ask me.
Yeah, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself. And Lir has been with us for the past 2 years, a little bit more maybe. Do you remember the first time you came to the meeting after surfing? You
Yeah,
were all wet and I gave you my coat.
it was a great coat. So yeah, I've been in this project for 2 years, and I gotta say it's like the best project I've been in. I met so much people, met new perspective of life. I remember in my first camp having a total different opinion, and when people just start talk to me, they made me realize some things, understand other views. I've been with Rachel on the latest flight to the America and Canada. We've been there for 2 weeks. It was like amazing experience. I met people, both Jews and Arabs, and like the most special experience I've been in, I think. Like I travel all alone without knowing anybody and just meet new people, go sleep in strangers' houses, and it make me really grow. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit of the camp, about the camp that
Yeah, okay, so
you were at?
about
Yeah,
a month ago,
the last one, yeah.
about a month ago, we had a summer camp for 7 days. I was with Sara and Rimas that are here. Hello, miss you girls. And it was amazing. We had such a good time. We ate a lot. We did a lot of projects. We had a music workshop and some other stuff too. We learned about communication. We made our dinners together. We ate together. We just had such a good time. It was just a bunch of strangers learned to meet each others, and by the end of the week, we were all just so together. We were talking about going out, doing karaoke and stuff, going to the movies. Sarah really, really helped this. Yeah, yes.
Thank you, Lir. I know it's difficult for you to talk, but yeah, it's okay. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lir.
So, well,
Oh, by the way, Rachel, a couple of people have already put questions in the chat, but we'll get to the questions. So I want to tell the people to put questions in the chat that we'll get to the questions after we've met everybody.
yeah. So I want to introduce Sara.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Sara. I would just like to tell you how I pronounce my name in Arabic.
Please.
Okay, so it's Sara.
Sara.
Ken, as kilo. So I started talking in Hebrew. I forgot. So my name is Sara. I'm 16 years old. And I've been in the Galilee Dreamers about 2 years, I think. I just want to say that I'm truly grateful and honored to be part of this program, and honored to be to represent my school. I would say that this program connects schools from different communities in Israel. Like I'm a Druze, so it connects Jews, Jewish people, Christian, and Muslims. And we meet once We meet a lot, I actually would say that. We meet, learn, share experiences in summer camp, the Lir that talked about, the summer camp, when it was? Before?
Like about a
On
month ago.
exactly a month ago.
Yeah.
Can you
I would
Lir-
say that what I found most... what?
No, you could go on,
Keep
Sarah.
going, Sara.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I would like to say what I found most meaningful is that this program teaches us to listen and not to judge. We learn about each other's cultures, religions, in daily lives. We learn to see people with empathy, opening our hearts, and truly trying to understand one another. Even if our lives and experiences are very different, to look at each other with empathy. So this program also gives me real hope for the future, a future where people from all backgrounds and experiences can live together in safety, in respect, and in love. A future where we choose to see the humanity in each one, instead of the difference, especially in times of conflict and pain. I believe that building these communications now is the key to creating a world that is more peaceful and respectful and full of compassion in the future. And I would say that I learned to see the world with more empathy and understanding, and I learned not to judge too quickly, but to connect.
Sarah, can I ask you, one of the things that we did in the camp, in the summer camp, is involved elderly people in the program. So we got
Yes, yeah,
couple have made sweet peanuts with us, and they're going to come again next week.
right.
But Sarah, I found out, stayed in touch with Miri and Yoav in the Golan Heights. Can you tell us
די,
about
באמת?
Can you tell us
אשכרה.
about the visit with that we had at their home during the camp, and what you learned from them, and what made you, text Miri and ask her to tell her story so that you can include that in your summer book.
Right. So
Accomplishment book.
I'm creating now a summer book because it's my last summer because then I would now I'm a senior, so I'm actually ending school, I would say that. So I thought it would be really cool if I did like the last book of summer, so of summer break, like. So I wanted that book to include people that touch me deeply in my heart. So the first person I would say that was in my mind was Miri. Miri, she's a friend of Rachel, and Rachel, she's the one who let us meet her, right? So Miri, she's a very sweet person, and she truly touched me deeply. So I thought it would be, I took her phone number so I could text her, and I would say, yeah, 2 weeks ago, I texted her and asked her if she can share with me a story that I could write in my summer book. So that in that way, I can always remember her and remember what she taught me, and yeah, to remember her.
I think one of the things that was so impressive with Miri and Yoav is that they are both hardworking Miri is an educator. She's almost 80. And they hosted us in their home. We came to hear their story, their narrative, their perspective of what it's like to live in Israel. And the first story she told, the first thing she said, my husband and I are different. We have fights all the time, but it doesn't mean that we can't live a peaceful life together. And the kids were just amazed with that because it was so simple. We are a couple, we've been living together for 60 years, and look at us. We have different views, different, habits, but we still love each other and we stay in the same house, and we raise kids. And so I think that was so beautiful, beautifully said. So I was,
Rachel,
yeah,
can I share an experience?
yes.
Okay, so one of the strongest experience in this program was during the summer camp. We were sitting in a small groups, and each of us shared something personal about their life. I remember listening to a girl from, I think she was Miri, right, Lir?
Oh,
You remember when we were sitting in the field?
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Okay, so it was my friend Miri. We were sitting and she was telling her story, and I suddenly felt I could really see things from her perspective. And at the same time, when I shared my own story as a Druze, I saw how carefully everyone listened with respect and curiosity. They were curious, like. So that moment made me realize how powerful it is when people truly listen to each other. It taught me not to judge, but to understand and open my heart to people who are different from me. And this whole experience it just truly gave me hope for the future. I hope that our world can be more safer, respectful, and not just listen to actually listen, like listening because I want to understand what she's feeling, what is her perspective, not just to think that, oh, okay, I'm the center of the universe. I don't have to understand what other people's perspective are. Uh, so yeah, this experience meant a lot for me.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
you're inspiring us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think one of the most interesting, we sat when it was beautiful experience for me was when we did Kabbalat Shabbat together, and the Druze kids asked the Jewish kids about the customs of lighting the candles, of making the kiddush, and then we had a talk, and then Sarah said something. They asked her about the Druze religion, and then she said something so authentic. She said, there are things that I don't think I want to share with you, not because I don't want to share with you, but because I'm afraid that I will not share it in the correct way that is acceptable by us, the Druze. And we all, like, I saw the kids, their eyes were filled with respect and dignity towards Sarah and the Druze religion. And I think this is a memory I will never forget.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sarah.
thank you.
So I want to introduce Rimas.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my name is Rimas. I'm 16, and I'm an Arab Druze Israeli. I live in Yarka village, and I learn in Ort Shlomi, which is like a kilometer away from Lebanon. I'm gonna tell you a bit about my experience. Like we have been evacuated the last 2 years, and then this year, thankfully, we came back to the school. My school is a Jewish school, but because I'm in a gifted class, it's a mixed class with Jews and Jewish. So it has been very important to me to be part of this program and speak about my own experience and like listen to other people and connect both cultures. And yeah, so I'm gonna talk a bit from the stuff I wrote because I'm a bit stressed. Okay, I'm thrilled to share my experience from the Galilee Dreamers program, which has been a transformative journey. Our meetings have been incredibly enriching, and I've felt deep sense of connection with everyone involved. In a country like ours, having a program that bridges gaps and fosters understanding is so vital. It not only okay, I'm not gonna read.
Transformational.
I don't know how to. Okay, our community, but it also paves the way for a more united and inclusive society. I can't wait to discuss all of this with you all. I'm gonna share my own experience from the camp, the summer camp. I came a bit late to the camp, but like the second I walked in the room, I was with. It was the music class we had. Like the second I walked in the room, I immediately was welcomed by everyone. I've never felt so connected to people. Like I've never met them, and it was a very fun experience in the camp. We learned about each other's culture and how we can connect, and I can really see a future now where Arabs and Jews are in peace. And it's like it really touches my heart, and I'm very happy to be part of this. And I'm very excited to go to the US and share everything with all of you. Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you, Rimas. And Fatma had some issues with the internet, so I think she couldn't she joined us, but yet she couldn't go on, so she apologized. So I think you met our people. It's a people-to-people program. So
You said that Fatma is an Oranim graduate?
yeah, Fatma is an Oranim graduate. She's also a facilitator.
And she's from Tamra?
She's from Tamra, which is, she's Muslim, and yeah.
Sorry, we can't hear from her, but thank you. So this is so wonderful, Rachel. So is there more that you guys want to say, or shall we invite people questions and comments now? What do you think?
I would say questions and answers.
Yes, yes. So Jerry, who's here, put in the chat a while ago, how do you handle different languages in your gatherings?
I think Lir
Can I
can
answer that question?
Yeah, I want you to answer, the youngsters. Yeah.
Okay, so when first I joined to this program, the Galilee Dreamers, I wasn't really good at English and Hebrew, so when I wanted to talk and share like my experience and my thoughts, I was I kind of pushed myself to learn how to talk in Hebrew and English so I can connect with them. And also, I have a friend, Mayar. She isn't in the Zoom right now, but she has a bit difficulty talking in Hebrew. She finds herself more comfortable talking in English. Uh, so she all the time would tell me, Sarah, I don't want to talk in Hebrew. Can I talk in English? So the others would hear her and would say, are you kidding us? You and absolutely can talk in English. You can talk in any language you feel comfortable in. So I would say, the communication, we don't put the language
As a barrier, you mean? It's not a barrier.
حماة.
Yeah.
Okay. So
How do you say
we
חומה בערבית in Arabic?
حاجز.
חאג'ז. Okay.
So yeah, we because of I can't find the word in English.
ترى شو بدك تقولي؟
الراتسون.
The will.
Yeah.
The what?
The will.
Or
Well,
desire.
or the desire.
The
Yeah,
desire
desire.
of understanding each other makes us
communicate in different languages.
Yeah, I would say that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sometimes is there someone who can translate when someone just doesn't
Yeah, all the time.
all the time? Yeah, good.
The one thing, like when Eyad was part of the summer camp, and he gave them almost 2 hours of outdoor training. It was amazing because Eyad speaks both Hebrew, Arabic, and English. So he was mixing Hebrew, Arabic, sometimes English, and it was, you could see that the activity was going so well because he was into so many languages.
Yeah, but sometimes we need just the will, the desire for being together. Then the language wouldn't be as a problem. Because when you see the willing, when you see, especially at the ODT outdoor training, when you work with a group work together, so it's a body language, it's a desire, you can see the communication between them without language. I don't need language. The language will come later.
Thank you. Thank you. And Joel was wondering, how many students are involved in your programs at this moment, at this time? Would you say?
Okay. So we have 10 schools, 20 of each paired schools. So I think we're around 200, but it's been very complicated because of the war. Because during the war we couldn't travel from one school to another. So it was we had our challenges. So we're we had the COVID, then we had the war. Now, we just pray for the year to start normally as much as we can.
I'll recognize Lisa in a moment. I just want to read Mark put in the comments, and this gets to the challenges we face. The extremists on one side embolden, encourage, and empower extremists on the other side or sides as if they were in secret collusion with each other, making their opposite seem necessary and violent extremism necessary. What to do to break this cycle and empower peaceful, moderate, and conciliatory voices and perspectives? Thank you, Mark. I think the young people are answering the question. There's no magic solution other than this kind of work. Do you want to say anything more about that, Rachel, Roberta, or Eyad?
I think that maybe Roberta, I will say one thing, and maybe Roberta can elaborate on that. One of the most important things that we work in the Galilee Dreamers is that we honor the different narratives that people bring into. Narratives cannot be changed. My narrative is my narrative. It's the roots of my narratives they're rooted in previous generations, and it's very difficult to change narratives. But what we are trying to do is to listen, to teach the kids to listen to different narratives and to explore shared themes of the narratives, mostly in terms of humanistic feelings, perspectives. Mostly, we want to acknowledge the shared pain. This is one thing. We think that one of the main problems is that narratives clash now, and we're trying to create, for the Galilee Dreamers, we're trying to create a collective narrative of the Galilee Dreamers. Like what is it about being a teen in a geographical area that is mixed, that is multicultural, in times of war, that we all suffered from the outcomes of the war. So this is the one thing we're trying to do. But maybe Roberta can.
I don't have anything especially wise to say, but I recall one sentence that a teen said while he was participating in the program. The conversation got heated, very heated, and we had extreme opinions expressed on both sides, especially on one side. And this kid got up and said, "That's not true. I know, and I heard from someone in this group a completely different approach." It was something about going to the army, not going to the army. All the Arabs feel that. And this kid got up and said, "That's not true. So and so said something that was really different." And I realized at that moment that it's sort of about each person being able to bring some kind of testimony about something that he or she heard that was surprising about the other side. It's never all of them think. And that's what leads to the experience and the extremism that we're facing in Israel so painfully now. All of the people who demonstrate in Kaplan are. The Arabs who don't serve in the army are. And if these kids would be able to speak up and say, "No, no, that's not true. I know one of those people who blah blah blah." So I'm not being very articulate about this, but I really believe that if within an educational framework people can listen to each other and then bring that experience of what they heard to the larger society, we'll be in much better shape. And one thing I want to say is something we need to work harder on in Galilee Dreamers is continuing the work with the alumni. Rachel's done a great job of bringing in some graduates, but we have to follow. What happens to the people who participated, who went to Woodstock and went to a synagogue that was so different from a synagogue that they know in Israel? How did that continue to affect their lives? And are they going to get up and say, "No, not all people who are religious Jews or call themselves religious are like that. I saw in Woodstock something completely different." So that's what I have to say.
Thank you. Lisa, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, first of all, just thank you so much for being here. It's good to see your faces. It's good to hear that the program is thriving and to hear from these beautiful young people about their experience. And I actually wanted to ask about exactly that because our family has maintained contact with the people who came to stay with us in early 2020. And it does seem like once young people are of the age where their paths split, where the Jewish Israelis go into the army, and I know it's not all of the Arabs don't go, but most of them don't go. And it felt like with the pandemic, the uprisings, October 7th, and the fact that so many of the alumni were in the army, the Jewish alumni, that it became like the pain really, they had that memory of the trip and the friendships. And I know that that some of the families made sure to get together across cultural borders to show their love for each other. But it sounds like that's where it becomes incredibly challenging. So yeah, that was really my question. Like, what do you do to keep this going when life paths diverge in this way?
I think we haven't found yet. Thank you, Lisa. I think the most of we haven't found yet the right way to have our kids, have our alumni meet together. Alumni. We know for fact that the ones that go to the army, the Jewish ones, are completely different than from other soldiers that join. They come more mature and more aware of how to engage with difficult knowledge, and also how to look at the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in a different perspective. So I know that they're practicing a different, a different way of communication when about the conflict when they are in the army. The kids, I know that they're trying to meet each other. Most of the Arab kids have, have joined university abroad, so it's very difficult. But you're right. This is a challenge that we want to address. I used to get notes from Adan, who studies in Nablus, asking me what to do, what's my opinion about the current situation. But that was before the war starts. I think when the war began, I didn't hear from her. And I think that now I will send her a text telling her that I haven't forgotten her. It's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I want to emphasize is that we're all in trauma. This is not post-trauma. This is trauma. This is moral trauma. Our values are being, are not being considered by, leaders. It's a trauma, and I see that with the kids. They're very uneasy. It's not just the moral trauma that we as adults or well-informed decision makers are experiencing. It's, it's the trauma of living under danger all the time. And it's been an intensive experience. And every sound makes us jump. Okay, so it's so difficult now. It's more difficult than before, much more difficult, but it's a challenge we'll address. We're not giving up, but it's very difficult.
Can I share an experience about this
Yes,
subject?
yes.
I remember in different program, I was also in summer camp. Then the azaka, the alarm,
Siren.
the siren start. So everyone got up in fear. We were literally shaking. I was shaking. Then when I went down the stairs to go to the
Shelter.
My feet froze. I truly can't forget this experience. I was so scared. It made me. I had trauma after this. Not just me. Everyone there just froze, didn't know what to do, and I think, like Rachel said, it's truly a
Traumatic.
yeah.
Yes. Thank
I'd
you.
like to add one thing.
Yes,
Hear me?
Lir. Go ahead.
About the narrative that Rachel was talking about. I remember when we were on the camp, we were sitting around the table, and Sarah looked at me and she said, I saw a post when there's a number on the table, and in one side you read it's 6. Oh, she remembered. Yeah, yes, sure. One side it's a 6 and the other is a 9. And she told me the fact that I read it as a 6 and you read it as a 9, we're both right, she told me. And I feel like it's the best way to explain what we feel. We both got the same answer. We both got different answers to the same question, and they both right. Everybody's just like Rachel said, got different narrative. Sarah, would you like to share with us?
Lir, you know that you read my mind because I also wanted to share this.
I felt it, yeah.
Yeah, I would say just like Lir, it's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about the perspective. In front of me, I see 6. In front of you, you see 9. It doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong. It doesn't also mean that you're right and I'm wrong. It's about the perspective and the place we grow up in.
Thank you. I think we'll just do 2 more questions. I have one from Jane and one that I want to ask, and then we'll start wrapping up because we've almost used up our time. But Rimas, you live in, did you say Yarka?
Yes, I do.
Where is Yarka?
In the north.
In the far north, is it?
Yes.
So one thing that Americans can forget is that hundreds of thousands of people in the Galilee had to leave their homes the last couple of years. So Rimas, would you just tell us what happened to you just briefly? So I want Americans to understand what it's been like living there.
It's not me, it's my school. I live in Yarka and it's in Shlomi where my school is. And like we had to evacuate to the center of the country. How do you say Yarka?
Yeah. So you had to leave your home.
No,
I didn't, but my classmates did.
Oh, your classmates in Shlomi had to leave.
Yeah, and my school was moved. So I had to like every day to wake up very early to go to school. Like it was a hour and a half drive every day because they moved schools, and then some teachers left because it was a very long drive for them and they had their kids at home, and like many children didn't go to like their kindergartens, and like lots of places were closed. And when I went back to my school in Shlomi, many
school
Businesses.
Businesses.
Yeah, businesses were closed, and like it really breaks my heart. My teacher sent us today a picture where they're rebuilding homes and helping families there because they were destroyed with the war. And yeah, we're slowly going back to where we were, but it's still not easy.
Thank you. Thank you. And Jane was asking, when you students go home, how do your parents feel about this openness and this path that Galilee Dreamers is taking you on? Any of you want to say anything about that, about your parents and how this is for them?
Personally, my parents are proud. Like I've been in a Jewish school for the past 5 years, and it's very important for me to learn the language and to get to know, like to connect with the people, because like in the future we're working here and we're gonna be in universities and we're gonna have to connect after all. It's yeah.
Beautiful.
So being at a young age and learning from now, it's very important. And yeah.
Thank you.
Can I share?
Yes, that's what I was wondering, how your parents feel.
By the way, Rimas's mother, she's my teacher. Yeah, and also Diana is my teacher. I would say that my parents, especially my mother, she's very jealous of me because I'm in this program. my dad and my mother, they both look at this program in a very interesting perspective. Why? Because my mom, she told me this, that you are now stepping the first step for making a better future. So she like told me, you're now focusing on the step in front of you and not the whole staircase. So like we're ignoring everything around those who think that the Arabs need to be on one side and the Jews need to be in also one side. But like my parents think that we all need to be connected and live together in respect and peace. So yeah, my mother jealous of me because I'm in this program. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that image of taking one step, not the whole staircase. That's the only way we can do it. One
Yes.
step at a time, for sure. And Lir, do you want to add anything about your parents or your family?
Oh, they love this program. They love Rachel. They heard about Roberta. Yeah, they love it. They let me, they're very exciting about this flight, about the formal one. My mother, Rachel, invited me to the camp. And my mother I shared it with my mother, and she told me, tell her you're coming. Then ask who comes also. So this is it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And Lisa mentioned, and I second, if Woodstock can host you on your again, we'll be in touch about that, okay?
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. It was such a wonderful experience, as you know. Roberta, Rachel, do you have anything you want to add before we conclude?
I want to share something. I just came from Germany, and they talk a lot of, I was present at this ceremony of a bachelor's degree that is given to Jewish social workers in one of the towns in Erfurt, which is East Germany, very close to Buchenwald. They spoke a lot about anti-Semitism, but they mostly spoke about Martin Buber legacy. And there was this one student that said that when it rains, you can pick up and wear your coat, but it makes a lot of difference if you start a fire to warm all the others. And I think this is what we're trying to do in the Galilee Dreamers. We're trying to create a sense of warmth amongst all of us, not just individuals.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
would say that we are doing a very good job.
Good. I would say you are too. And also, Diana and Eyad, any last words that you want to share?
I was really happy. I mean, like I said earlier, I got to witness my students being happy and engaging with the students. But when I hear them speak about their experiences in this way, and I hear about their connections that they build, and making friends, and making and having connections with people and they consider now as family members. We Druze, like we are well known with mentioning or using the word brother and sister all the time. So it's out of respect and love. And I want to say thank you for this opportunity. And I was really glad to listen to all of you and to meet all of you. It's an honor, and I can't wait to meet you all.
Me too. Me too. Eyad?
Yes,
Eh,
I want to say that we have to continue in our job. We have to continue preparing the field for the future because there's no other way. There's no other way.
Thank you.
So thank you all.
Thank you.
About what Diana said, that we are like a family. The last time I saw my partners in this program, it was in the summer camp. So I had to go home early a day before the summer camp ended. So my brother came to pick me up. In my way home, I started crying. So he started to laugh at me. Why are you crying? I said I already miss them and I want to go back. So then I realized that they truly became my family, my sisters, and my brothers.
Thank you, Sara.
Can I
Thank
say
you.
something?
We're actually
Oh,
meeting.
did someone else? Who was speaking?
We're actually meeting next weekend. We have a weekend together.
Oh, good.
Weekend together, yes.
Rimas, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, I was like, when I heard family and stuff, I want to say that today me and my little sister were playing Fortnite and we had a squad fill and one of them like was with their mic open and then me and my sister were talking in Arabic and then they told us, oh, which language is that? Told them Arabic. They were from the Netherlands, I think. And then he asked me, where are you from? I was like, Israel. And then he told me, what? You speak Arabic in Israel? I told him, no, we're Arabs and we live in Israel. He told me, what? Since when do Arabs live in Israel? I told him that like there's a very good percent of Arabs in this country and that we're a family here. He told me, how is that working? Like the situation with other countries, Arab countries, how are Arabs living in Israel? Told him that we're really a family and like I feel connected to this place and I feel proud to be Israeli. And yeah, I want to share this with people.
My last comment is just a prayer that Rimas and people like her will become the leaders of this country and help the world understand a bit about what's going on here and bring some of her talents and wisdom to all of us who care about making a better world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Amen.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova for the Jewish New Year coming up, and this has really been very moving and important to remind us of all the good people everywhere who are reaching out to one another. So we'll conclude there, and we're going to post this because I want other people to hear this. Okay. And then I look forward to seeing you either when I'm visiting the Galilee, when I come to see my family, or when we get you to come here.
Where
So
are you posting this?
I'll send you the link with the Woodstock
Yeah,
Jewish
I would
Congregation.
want to
I
see it.
also have a Substack that I keep that I'll put it there too. Okay, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure you get it.
Bye.
Oh.
Thank you
Thank
very
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you,
much.
Thank you so much,
everybody.
all.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.